What's up everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out. In this video, we're taking a closer look at the Sandmarc Hybrid Filters. Let's go.
Maybe I am too straightforward person, and you can tell it's crossing the line. Crossing the line. Do your thing and don't mind my thing. Take the real thing in your story, please. Pardon me. I gotta say before you take my words so deep or easy, I know you're not happy by me being cheesy. So pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me.
So the Sandmarc Hybrid Filters will set you back $129. You get a very nice portable case, 3 filters, ND16, ND32, and ND64. Now the universal clip is compatible with a lot of different smartphones. That is the most important thing about this whole situation in my opinion, because it's going to be compatible directly with your smartphone and you're not going to need any other extra accessories or cases in order to use the Sandmarc Hybrid Filters. This is very practical because if you're out and about, you can just simply pop the filter in, take your shot, record your videos, and it does not require any specific case or any adapters outside of just a clip, which is really cool. So far I tested the Sandmarc Hybrid Filters on my iPhone XS Max and my Google Pixel 3 XL and the 3a XL, and the results have been fantastic. I was able to get some really good shots and leverage the filters when I needed to, without any cases, without any extra adapters other than just the universal clip. Sandmarc has put together a list of compatible smartphones. Link is down in the description. Now, on top of being able to use the Sandmarc Hybrid Filters directly in your phone, these filters are also compatible with the Sandmarc lenses. So if you already possess one of their latest wide, telephoto, or even the anamorphic lens, the filters actually have the right threading, so you just can pop them right on top of your lens. And that is fantastic because if you're in a situation where you need to use the filters and you have a lens already attached to your phone with the Sandmarc case, it's just very easy to use, very easy to attach and remove if you need to do so. If you have had the opportunity to see my previous videos on the Sandmarc wide, telephoto, and anamorphic lenses, which by the way the links are in the description, you'll notice that there's some threading on the inside of the lens, so you'll be able to mount the filter directly into the lens. So this is great news because now you don't have to go ahead and change all your lenses, and they're very secure, so it's not like a flexible mount, it's literally screwed on top of the lens, so it honestly gives me a lot of security, a little bit better peace of mind. And for those of you who have used any filters on SLRs or other cameras, this is definitely going to be very familiar. Now, if you haven't used ND filters before, think of these filters as sunglasses for your camera. It gives you more flexibility in terms of shutter speed adjustments, and it overall gives you more control over the exposure and the overall light that your camera is capturing. This is incredibly useful because it allows you to capture a little bit more cinematic footage if you're following the 180-degree shutter rule. The 180-degree rule mimics the way the human eye perceives motion in real life. And with applications like Filmic Pro, you'll be able to adjust your shutter speed to double the frame rate. Now in this case, I don't have a neutral density filter, and Filmic Pro is defaulting, as you can see here, to 3072 of a second. So right now we're shooting at 24 FPS, that's frames per second. But if I tap and hold on this little circle, the red circle, so you can see how the shutter speed is at 1/48th of a second, which is twice the number of the frame rate. So if you do 24 times 2, that will be 48. Technically speaking, that's going to give you some really nice cinematic blur. And for the most part, when you are filming stationary items, it's not really like a bad thing, but the moment you start moving the camera, you'll notice how everything seems a little bit jumpy and a little bit stuttery.
Maybe I am too straightforward person, and you can tell it's crossing the line. Crossing the line. Do your thing and don't mind my thing. Take the real thing.
So if you're filming at 30 frames per second, your shutter speed should be at 1/60th of a second. This will allow you to capture a little bit more cinematic motion blur, but under bright circumstances, that shutter speed might cause overexposure because you're letting a lot of light into your camera. And that's when the ND filters come in. Now, different scenarios might merit for you to use either the 16, 32, or 64. If you're using the 16, that typically works best when it's cloudy or it's colder type of weather where the light's not so bright in the middle of the day or in the fall. Definitely the ND32 might be the best solution. And during the summer and super bright days, that's when you would leverage the ND64, which is actually the one that I was using the most for the recording of this video. Now, what makes the Sandmarc Hybrid filters very, very special is that on top of having an ND filter, you also have an adjustable polarizer. And polarizers will reduce the amount of glare and reflection on different surfaces while boosting your saturation and increasing your contrast. And this is my favorite thing about the hybrid filters because you can actually cut through the glare of a windshield or a window and dramatically reduce the amounts of reflection and glare that you're going to get. And it even added a little bit of a warmer tone to my photos, and I love this.
Don't care about good or bad, even if they ask, I still don't wanna add. Don't wanna add. You could be sad about it, but I can live without it. Too sad that you don't. Pardon me. I gotta say before you take my words so deep or easy, I know you're not happy by me being cheesy. So pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me.
Overall, guys, I am very impressed with Sandmarc Hybrid filters, and just as a matter of fact, everything that they have put out this year. I love to use their lenses and their filters with my gimbals, and their price is fantastic as well. But I want to know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them down there so we can continue to create relevant content for you. Once again, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'll catch you on the next one.
Pardon me. I gotta say before you take my words so deep or easy, I know you're not happy by me being cheesy. So pardon me. 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 Pardon me.